That's a silence 24 in the back as well. He'll be rocking level 3s. Gangsters have been in. I've absolutely no idea how.
I don't know how they're alive, I don't know how they're standing, but they are angry. Too angry to die. Apparently, Zute puts down one of his last smokes. They have kept those in the back of their pockets, but Zute did get caught. He is not getting out for free here. This is a big open field, and again, it's going to be Team Gates who get that circle.
Finally into top 5, and I tell you what.
Look at this final player, I think, for foul play. He's the last man standing. He's playing the long con here. He's going to try and wait that out, and he could potentially ruin Team Gates, but still, oh, that nade, just close enough. Put down your energy drink.
Fourth knock that these 3 players have done. I'll tell you what, they might be working on the edge of their life, but they're doing it so well. To stay alive and keep these players up is absolutely fantastic work. Rolex using the Dacia for some cover. If Gangstars decide to go on the back way,
the top 3 fighting it out at the moment. We have Gangstars still in this. We have Team Gates in this. Beowulf trying to spray in with that mini, get that damage on towards the car, but you can see Team Gates hit the deck. They do not want to move. They're in the circle. They're feeling good about it. Here come those smokes, and here comes
Gangstars gone. Oh, that's Beowulf. They only have one player left, and that's going to be Angry, the team captain. Can he do it again? Can he stay alive? Can he pull them into top 3?
I do not know. There's players left, right, center. He's making a run for it. He's making a mad dash for it. He gets past right now. Rolex moving in as well. The final circle begins. You can see Rolex pushing into this one. Who still stands? Only 3 teams left alive.
It's Team Gates, though. Look at how many players they have. Is that all 4 still
Angry's
up?
done. Angry's done.
One person, and all of a sudden, though, Gangstars, they're going in the pre-smoking while in the Carlo, and they're laying them down.
Team Gates on the other side as well. This is a huge fight about to go down. We're going to see some of the favoured teams. Gangstars getting shot from the back lines as well. They've got to make a move and make it fast.
They were throwing smokes while they were driving. They were pre-smoking in front of them. That's amazing. The initial smokes on the left-hand side will go down. That'll cover them from the hillside over on Longwoods. That can get an angle on them. You can see Beowulf, he's very aware of this. He's already been tanked up. They can play underneath these cylinders, though. But again, as you mentioned, the problem is directly in front of them. And that problem is Team Gates. They are well and truly just sat and locked in. They're going for it. They're breaching this one.
Team 1 against Team 2. Right now, it's Team 2. Falling by the wayside. Gangstars are not holding their own right now. They're being shot to pieces. Beowulf gets knocked. It looks like he might have been confirmed killed. No, he's still staying alive, but the push has not stopped just yet.
That's a big kill. They've now taken and eliminated this guy who was just in the hot box. He was laying down so much damage from in there. They still went for it, though. They committed to the push. They went through. Wait, how many of them's actually left?
Rolex just died. It looks like this could be a whole wipe here. This could be potentially Team Gates being pushed aside. I'm trying to find the remaining members, and I do not see them. That could have been a complete squad wipe.
That's insane. They were all lined up. They could just... They're all dead. We didn't even see most of that. Zute must have just gone in and completely punctured them all.
This is incredible from them. 4 alive, 12 kills. They just took out Team 2 as well. That's how you put a scalp right on the mantelpiece. And now look at the... Yeah, there it is. Zute does find it. Let's check in with that team that we know is absolutely killing it right now in these final moments. Let's see how much pressure they're under with 4 teams alive.
Pause for just a second. Revival will come through. They'll get themselves back to at least 50%, but once again...
Yeah, so there's like at least 2 people here. Northwest, yep. They've got smokes all up over there. I'm going to put a couple of smokes up just so we can keep safe.
Got it. We need to push onto the back wall corner over there north. There's a shack. Oh, behind me. I got him. I got a view.
That's him.
I can cover. Can you guys get to the shack over there and marking it? Right there, get to that shack. We got the game if we do that.
Shack.
Still calm, still calling out very precise locations. You heard towards the south, that's Dragoon down there. He's a solo man, the last man remaining for his team. Towards the north, still 2 teams there. Fatboy and Parker up there. You got Bang, Derek G, and Nerve. But it's going to be the Gangstars taking these fights. You can see Parker already being found by 1. He goes down. It's going to be a very swift push coming in from Derek G.
The death squad is here, and they're confirming all these kills. Never Fury just on the back. He's going to see who's left, and it's as simple as that. 2 wins in the bag. My word, the Gangstars.
Look at this, every window, every angle. Beowulf's gone down. This is huge.
Only about 2% health on the opposing side. He gets the knock at least on the coming back, but 2 of them have gone down. Make that 3. Zute is the last man standing here. Keep an eye on the kill feed. Let's see if he goes down. Angry's dead. He's confirmed he's gone. Toulouse also gets the knock. Carnage.
Here comes the blue.
Here comes the blue. This will just push them all together even further. This is complete madness. players.
It is. Team Gates are holding alive, but Hot Jukes is lining up this kill feed. He looked confident at the start of the day, and I do not blame him. Zute looks like your last man standing here, if I'm not mistaken. That is heavy losses coming through, and now with 7 teams remaining and 16 players, these guys are going absolutely wild. Beowulf confirmed down. This looks huge right now. Alchemy trying to find his next potential victim with that DP.
Cotto also gets put in the ground. Claire, he's gone. DP onto him.
G25.
Night Owl, that's the
G25, they're moving in. G25 are pushing in towards Hot Jukes and the rest of Wildcard Gaming, and they're doing the job. This is huge from Wildcard. They've just been taken down. Wait, no, Outsider's still alive. He's trying to hold on to this one. I think it's all on him right now.
Literally, that's it. And Zute is just sitting here while the rest of everyone else around him is dying. He's just working his team all the way up the leaderboard. Outsider's down, so is that...
That could be them done.
Gone?
That could be it. I think G25 might have just wiped them. They might have held on long enough. I want to double check. I want to confirm that's correct, because that's a big pickup. Those two have been fighting out for so long as well. What a way to end that story between them. There's still 5 teams in this. That new circle, it's the eastern side. Team 9, that's underrated, suddenly become the power players. They've got it all. G-Bay sitting real good. Everyone in a really nice spot. And look at that position. It's got a beautiful hillside on it as well. All the other players have to, again, pick themselves up and run into this situation. They're not in the safety yet. They're not in that new circle. The cover that we're looking at is no longer safe. All of these teams on your screen are going to have to pick themselves up and run across the open field towards these guys on the other side.
Trolling did say, you know, coming into this, we're going to live up to his name, which is underrated. And honestly, with this game number 1, they might just do that. They've got 4 players alive. They're also inside the circle. Everyone else has to run to them. All the smokes are going up. But really, after that, where can you hide? It's an open field. This is going to be an absolute disaster.
Marciano Gaming still have a lot of numbers in this one. Rolex starts to make the move. He's your last man standing. Zute in the same position. A lot of the big teams now making the move. The smokes go up, but G-Bay's waiting on the other side. M4 in hand. Alchemy prepares himself. They're all going to make the mad dash. Who's going to survive? It looks like Zute goes down. It's 3 teams remaining.
Everything is just going off. Alchemy drops down. You can see on the opposing side.
2 teams.
That's literally it. M4 in hand. ACOG spray down comes through, just trying to find him through the smoke. The rest of his team's forced to move up. They have to help him out here. It's a 4 versus 3 scenario. This should be theirs. They have the numbers advantage and they know exactly where they are. They can just box them in. They can come in for a complete pincer.
They could do. G-Bay wants to do exactly that. Going to try and make the play around the side. But Marciano Gaming still holding the line, but not well enough. It's G-Bay to close it down. And what a performance from Underrated.
This is going to be an absolute brutal battle. Individually skilled players that are going to have to really fight tooth and nail to get the hell into this circle.
It's a mirrored situation. You've got Team Gates with 3, you've got Gangstars with 3. Pick whichever team you want right now. I want to know who you guys are supporting at home. Put it in chat. I want to hear from you, because Gangstars, they need to make their move and make it fast. Beowulf leads the charge. G-Bay feels the fury from him as Gangstars now need to prepare themselves. Do they have the smokes? Do they have the skill available? Because it looks like on the other side, Team Gates, they've prepared themselves. They've got the angles, they've got the position, but there's still 2 other teams who could spoil all of this.
Hotted just chilling in a little shack, hoping and praying that he can make his way all the way up here. In the kill feed, the random nades are going to go through. They're looking for these knocks, they're looking for the picks.
You've still got Underrated up there as well. They're still holding on.
But
they
look
could
at
be
the
spoilers.
smokes, Lauren. That's all
the push.
Gangstars have. This is it. They only have the smoke to defend them. As soon as this goes and dissipates, it's the blue that's directly behind them.
Stays.
The random nade finally found a target. That's incredible.
They're actually doing this. Beowulf up close to Puss. He's trying so hard. He gets stuck. G-Bay finds him. The nade comes through. It's Team Gates holding on. This surely is their moment right now. Down to 3 teams now. Gangstars have just completely been destroyed, it looks like. It is only 3 teams. We've got Hotted. We have Underrated. We have Team Gates. And it's now down to 2. Team Gates are on a tear.
All 2 players. This is it. Samuel finds G-Bay looking for another one on the backside. He needs to get the call here. Rolex goes down.
It's a one-on-one.
He can give him the information though, Lauren. That's the thing.
It's a one-on-one. Alchemy up against Samuel. He might have the information, but who's got the nades? Who's got the smokes? Who wants this the most? Alchemy hits the
snipper
deck.
dog.
Alchemy
so now we'll just give him that info.
But it doesn't matter, you had to do that. There's nothing else he could have done. Alchemy now just needs to play this out as best he can. He's not got any armor. He has nothing to work with, just the gun at his side. On the side, Samuel lays down those nades, but he takes a beat. Oh, under the car! Alchemy, 1 shot would have had it. He's doing so well from the Samuel, has to back away. Alchemy given a chance. But third person, he can see this. Alchemy now creeps his way forward. Only 13 bullets in the clip. He's looking for that chance. That final circle is not with him. He's only got 10 seconds. Alchemy needs to make his move. 6 kills for Samuel. This guy's been going off the entire game. And now Alchemy works his way forward, but the blue is moving. He doesn't have the time. Samuel takes a shot, tries to bait him out. He might have just done that. Alchemy, is this all he's got? He's got one nade. This could be his one chance to get this done. Alchemy, how good is your arm right now? He's going to put the nade in. Samuel, is he going to be on the receiving end of it? Samuel's got to move. He's out now. He's in the open. He's looking for this fight. Alchemy, 13 bullets in this. That's all he's got left as the blue edges him closer. It's going to be pushing him further and further forward. He knows what he has to do now. Samuel just waits on the other side, peeks out. Alchemy, he did everything he could, but it's Samuel to close it down for Team Gates.
What a fantastic end. He's the problem. He's the man with the level 3 gear. The AWM, the silenced AWM at that. He's seen them over in the field. Mimo again, another knock, time and time again. He's such a problematic player, but here comes the bullets from upside on the hill. That was the player's POV we were just watching, Lauren. Wildcard Gaming might have just given Gangstars the room that they needed.
They do not have the room they need. They still have to run the gauntlet themselves. Even though they got away from one team, there's still plenty keeping eyes on this. And 10 seconds until that circle starts to move. Every single team has to now run further forward. The first men to step in that direction was Gangstars. They're going to hit the deck, trying to avoid it. Wildcard still going off. They're in the great position up towards the northern side. All those southern teams now need to find a way through.
Hot Jukes just knocked a member of Gangstars, exactly what they needed. The next people below them were Marciano. They've gone. They were dead ages ago. They want to make their way up this leaderboard, maybe even get
Alchemy
to the likes of top 3.
Get ahead of that blue. You've got to keep running, Alchemy. You cannot stop for a second. You might see that being an issue. But Wildcard, in the meantime, finding Zute. Bale's going down. Alchemy's still alive and running, trying to get in here. They're doing everything they can for Underrated. They're pushing it as much as they can. They're doing everything to stay in this.
I have absolutely no idea how he's alive. His teammates are to his left-hand side as well. He's going to hit the deck. Hot Jukes and Trolling there outside. They're just going to be spraying through the field. Trolling with the DP. Tags people up. Outsider comes in. Finds Thunder. Hot Jukes with the M24. Does he see the snakes in the grass? Can he land these shots? He's got 3 of his teammates alive. So for now, they're in a good position. They're at the top end of the circle. No one is near them. Everyone else lingering around that southern bank. Saying that, Team 12, foul play. They managed to skirt the edge of the circle here and make it towards them.
Yeah, and they have an AWM and an M24. They've got, M249, excuse me. They've got some big weaponry, but Wildcard still going off. They're going to find G-Bay. This is them going off right now. This is their game. They're denying the team below them, keep in mind. This is going to be the Wildcard holding on to this against Underrated, who are hot on their heels on that scoreboard. They want that place in Dubai, and this is how they really start securing it. But the two that could destroy it all, crawling and slowly working their way in. You can see everyone hitting the deck. It's time to get in that circle.
3 versus 2 versus 2. Bullets coming back. Trolling goes down. Mimo finds him up for the UMP. Puts the AWM away and says, no, we don't need that one for now. We'll take the easy kill. Another player falls. And the rest of the teammates around him, they're all just laying in the grass. You said it perfectly, Lauren. This is huge. This is a massive, massive win for Wildcard if they get it. He gets the tab off. But you don't want to give too much information away because that's the AWM. Hot Jukes comes in with a 24 finally. Mimo's put down and it removes the AWM from the game.
You still have one man for Underrated, or at least you did. It's down to 2 now. Alchemy's fallen. It's between the teams who are desperately fighting for those positions. And look at Solid FPS. Oh no, he's in the blue so far. This could be over for him. He needs to get up and get moving. There's no way. Solid FPS, run, boy, run. He's just about made it in. But how long can he survive? He can't. It's Hot Jukes all day long.
You can see it in the players' faces.
He's gone down. It looks like we might know our top 3, but we're going to hold off. Wildcards still have everything to fight for, everything to prove, and they are not relenting for a second.
They're not giving up in any mean shape or form. Ever Fury, time to ruin. Beowulf's down. He might be dead as well. This could be all kinds of problems. Look at the Wildcard. They're sitting and waiting. They know these players have to push into them. Now all of a sudden, Solid FPS in the boys. They're feeling the full force here.
Zute's gone down to the zone as well. This is Gangstars looking like they are down to their last limb. Ever Fury is alive, but for how long can he stay here? Wildcard have lost a player, gets knocked. There's still so many threats aboard. 6 teams stand, 13 players, a lot of very powerful individuals. Zute confirmed killed. 1 man left for Gangstars. It's Ever Fury, and we still have some big names in this fight. Team Gates still have so many players up.
Mr. Flips down. That's Rolex with another 15 points for his team. Team Gates still racking them up on the side. Ever Fury, though. Remember, first place from this takes away $20,000. Gates are top of the board at the moment. What can Fury do on his own? Solid FPS, spots one. Easy kill for him. That should be a nice cleanup and 15 points in the bag. That'll
Ever
keep
Fury
pushing.
just went down.
Oh,
It's
that's
game on
potentially
now.
second place there for Gangsters. We'll see.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need, until you need it.
É uma comunidade muito grande, a gente é muito grato por todos eles que estão sempre suportando, sempre dando suporte para nosso trabalho de Pubg Mobile. A gente vem preparado para jogar, vamos buscar o título e que vença o melhor.
Galera, fica ligado, BRK chegou!
Tamo junto, Brasil!
يعني مثل ما قال الليدر حقنا الثاني الاشخاص الثانيين يعني زي الحمايه لهم. ان شاء الله نقدر نفوز. اني استخدم العقل قبل المهاره وراح اتقلب عليكم بعقلي.
We are GG Gamers!
Adaptability, knowing when you're getting put in a hard situation.
In those matches that we did lose to them, because the amount of teams that were, rotating and that were coming around us, fighting us.
Have fun, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, put our team on the map, put our region on the map. We're representing North America.
Gangsters, baby!
think it's a really good thing to do, to have the world play against each other. I mean, it's really exciting, especially from North America. It's exciting to fly out, and it's a good opportunity to show the world what the U.S. has to do, what it has to offer.
To all the other teams competing here at the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge, I got one thing to tell you guys, and that's when Wildcard comes knocking at your door, don't peek.
Easy claps.
Tickets outplay. Minimum expectations is first place for our team. You know, we're not expecting second or third or fourth. It's just first.
Let's go.
Well, nine.
Team what? Number one.
كونها بطولة عالمية ومستويات صعبة، احنا نطمح نكون من أول ثلاثة، كون نمثل ومستويات صعبة، احنا نطمح نكون من أول ثلاثة، كون نمثل السعودية، نتمنى نحصل أول ثلاثة باللعبة نفسها.
مثل ما قلت بالأول، حابين نرحب جميع المشاركين بالبطولة، وحنا شعب مضياف كل شيء، لكن بالبطولة ما راح نكون متساهلين، وراح نوريهم الوجه الثاني، ونتمنى أننا نتفوق بالبطولة، إن شاء الله أن نجيب مركز طيب.
We had a lot of stuff going on whilst we were done.
Indeed, we did here at the studio. You guys may have gotten a break at home, but we were here busy having a ball. Oh my goodness. If you guys want to catch up on the behind the scenes, follow us on social media. You can find me at PowerBank Gaming everywhere.
At the 7WG on Instagram.
These guys. Anyway.
We got to see people breakdancing, so definitely go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, I guess
PUBG Mobile got talent.
But for now, we're going to be getting into our game here very, very shortly, and we're going to be going back to Erangel, and we're going to update you and get you back up to speed with everything that has been going on with the tournament so far. So far, RRQ sits very firmly at the top, China just slightly behind, and overall, all of those teams at the very top have been looking phenomenal throughout the last 2 days.
Very solid, very consistent, finishing in the top spot pretty much each and every game. Very, very few flaws in their game plans, and we'll have to see if they do the same moving forward here.
Yeah, pretty much from yesterday, CPT was kind of like the note that I ended on, and also started earlier in the day. We saw them win the exhibition match, and I want to go ahead and see how if they still got that little momentum, or if it might have faded just from waiting some time there.
Definitely, actually getting those not back-to-back chicken dinners, but 2 chicken dinners, because basically RRQ has kind of basically stolen every other one. They've done well for themselves in its entirety, but CPT in second place right now, looking to basically secure that spot, which is very, very important for them. But thank you very much, gentlemen. It is time to jump into match number 9 here to figure out who our world champion is going to be. PB7, take it away.
Let's do this, baby. And as you say, round 9 of day number 3. We will crown our champion here today, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be interesting, PB. As you know, we saw some squads there starting off a little bit hot earlier on that exhibition match. Can they go ahead and continue that momentum, or are they going to be a little bit slowed down? What do you think is going to go ahead and happen here? Actually, first of all, let's go ahead and watch this plane come by and drop that sweet, sweet Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
That's right, 7 into the studio she comes in all her glory, dropping the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 right out the back end there. Round 9, we are ready to rock and roll.
We definitely are, and just to remind you once again, our RQ Athena are sitting comfortably in the first place, it is going to go ahead and pretty much, it might come down to second place with CPT, GTW, and LHW just being pretty much within less than 100 points away from each other for that second spot.
That's right. Talking a little bit about the plane path here, coming in from the southeastern part, just south of Milton Power, north of Noye. This is going to go up to the top center portion of the map. So you're going to have a very skewed plane path, something that I've been wanting to see. This is going to force some teams to take drives on over to South George, over to Primorsk, over to Quarry potentially, and you're going to see some teams potentially be clashing for cars here on the road.
Yeah, and just to remind you what this is going to go ahead and be third-person perspective view, which means that we might see a little bit more snakes. We saw a little bit happening in Sandhawk, and this map here is going to go ahead and be interesting as we do see CPT going to military base where they've been going to, and LHW going as well to Novo.
I don't know where GTW is headed, but they had some fun jumping out of the plane, zinging across the map like that. But it looks like we've got Torty and Big Russian Bot here dropping down, grabbing a buggy right off the bat here. Going to grab that and hopefully head on. Oh, look at this. This looks like they've got some company here. Into the building he goes. He sees that somebody else got the car. He's immediately going to grab a weapon. Will he pop back outside and try to catch that buggy?
Definitely lucky there. He's going to have the Mini 14. He's going to be able to go ahead and spot the other three players. Is he going to be able to capitalize here? Is he going to go ahead and try to push the action? Actually, he's going to go ahead and just try to run away from this, and he might just get spotted as he might be running. Keep in mind, if he gets spotted at any moment, this out in the open, it is going to be deadly for him. Luckily for him, one of his players, they bring a motorcycle, and he's going to try to get away. Actually, he left him.
Well, you know how it is in those three-wheelers. You can't really stop. You're driving and they just don't want to stop. They keep rolling, and it looks like BroRC here getting shots off. Luxy and Zuxy teaming up, doing things, thinking alike, as they often do. And look at that, Mini taking down 40 early. Big Russian Bot suffering their first casualty early. Picked up just in time. He gets the revive off. Holy cow. Very narrowly avoided getting finished there, but Luxy and Zuxy have the advantage. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see them push this advantage here, as they only had the loot from this shack and the one room that they looted in the house before they try to get away.
And Bruxy is going to go ahead and just have minimal ammo here as he is working with the AKM. He's waiting patiently. He's trying to see what's going to... Arrow see that his teammate goes get all the action, and look at this. Torty now getting on that three-wheeler. They're waiting so patiently. They're going to go ahead and get out of here, but they have to watch out. One of the players is pretty much just one shot. Luckily for them, Fashid there pretty much just tried to distract them and waited a little bit.
Absolutely. Really nice play there by Torty, waiting in the shack until their team came by to pick them up to get out of there. Really surprised that BTR didn't push that advantage there. Really, no guns, no armor, no meds, and they should have known that based off of where they landed, where they looted. The other team had literally one-story house between the two of them. And, you know, obviously with one of them almost knocked already, or almost finished already, rather, they could have easily pushed that, gotten the finish. No meds at all to his
Now it just comes down to using that ledge right there. Is he going to go ahead and be able to spot him? He is jumping around and moving back and forth, trying to make, pretty much, it looks like he's trying to make himself a target, baiting them a little bit. He is able to, and he gets those shots with the Mini 14. He's going to go ahead and knock up down.
Holy cow, Zuxy with the iron sight. Mini 14 knock from range. Really beautiful stuff there from him, and now Torty is in a world of hurt. No meds between them, and now we've got one guy with about 10 HP, and the other is completely down on the field.
And something to point out there, one of the players from Big Russian Bot actually jumped out a little bit too early there from the car, and he, in a way, run himself over, and now he is down himself. So big, pretty much hits right there for Big Russian Bot as they are trying to find their way here with very little to work with. They don't have health, they don't have the guns, they are just pretty much trying to back up, regroup, find everything that they can, and try to see if they can get some positioning in this game.
Big Russian Bot started out the tournament pretty strong, finishing 5th and 6th on day 1, but on Duke having some struggles. 16th place 3 different times on day 2, and it looks like they're headed for even worse here on day 3 to start things off in game 9.
As we're able to see there, the map brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9, the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals 2018 happening in Dubai right now. You're watching at home, and we have a lot of people here in the arena as well. As we see, Hero took a little bit of a hit there earlier. Once again, it seems like some of these teams might have not been expecting certain drops. They were trying to move away from it. They might have landed next to some other teams that they were not expecting. expecting to be there, which is interesting because in a way, LHW and CBT, as we saw from the get-go, they are currently being able to go ahead and just loot up as much as they can comfortably in Novo and military base.
I'm really surprised that no other team has decided they want to challenge those areas at all. I mean, those are really good loot locations, and they've been freely handed to two of the top 3 teams so far this tournament, and they continue to let them do whatever they want in the early game. CPT not being challenged, winning multiple chicken dinners now, and you know, they're holding a firm grasp on second place, and they're going to continue to move up the rankings if nobody's challenged them at all early.
They definitely are, as we see Wildcard just passing by Team Galaxy. Our boy Hot Jukes is back. He is feeling better, and he is trying to bring that momentum with him to see if maybe Wildcard can go ahead and just claim, if possible, just a top 7 spot. They are currently sitting at 13 spots, so we will go ahead and see what happens here. And once again, Cloud9 is currently 14 spot. They have not had the best tournament. Honestly, they have been quite a disappointment, but hopefully they can go ahead and pick it up here on day number 3, get some more kills to their name, and add a lot of points to their leaderboard.
Katarina Suki from Full Send driving in the buggy. She's had some fun with the buggy so far here in Dubai. Driving the way through. Looking like heading up to Potato Hill in the middle of nowhere.
She's just going very slow there, going patiently as our boy Hot Jukes there, starting to get shot there by Torty. He has to watch out. His team is going to be able to go ahead and back him up. Luckily for him, he does have an N16. He wasn't able to hit any shots, but he's still surrounded by that team, and his teammates are nowhere near.
Wildcard tries in trouble. Getting shot at going through the compound there by BTR. You heard the volley of rifle shots come in just after Hot Jukes went through as kind of a scout car. Hot Jukes got their attention, and then you heard the rounds go off behind him. Wildcard lucky to get out of there in one piece.
As you see, Cloud9 just starting to rotate a little bit south there of Pachinki. They might try to go ahead and go for a bridge camp. We actually got a chance to see a wonderful bridge camp here at the arena. Meanwhile, and as we see Katarina still driving by. Meanwhile, GTW is getting a lot of interesting kills there on the kill feed.
Hero is in trouble. They already lost a member earlier. Doc went down in the road, and it looks like Kinris is down, and GT Ed will finish him. There is another member down as well. Hero down to, I believe, their last member. They are in a world of hurt at this point.
Definitely not the best start there. We saw one of the players get knocked out super early, something you don't want to see, especially on the last day. And look at this. I love seeing this. They decide, you know what? We don't need those silencers. We are going to go ahead and go full on out. We want them to know that we are coming. As we see Evos, this squad starting to push this area. They know that some people from VR, Big Russian bots, starting to actually shoot at them.
Wow, really surprising shot here from Pro. That was a little bit reckless, as he could have easily just not fired and had them drive by without knowing. But now Evos knows where they are. It looks like they're going to continue. They do have a goal in mind. They're going to drive to a location here and prioritize their position over getting frags.
And something to point out there as well, as Evos was driving by, we did see a flare gun towards Pachinki. So they might have been just, you know what, they might have seen that and say, do we really want to go get that loot? And then they started getting shots. Say, you know what, let's go ahead and rethink this. Let's go ahead and reposition ourselves.
Check that out, CPT, right in the middle of the zone. They did loot up the military base island down below in the south. They've already made their way across. They've already rotated central to the circle. They are one of the first teams to rotate in, and they have called in an airdrop here that they will be picking up out on the mountainside right now. So really good rotation from them. Got great position, some great berms to work with here in a small compound, and they're also going to have, it looks like an M249 and an MK14 to work with, so they're going to be somebody to be feared.
We have seen the M249 being used a little bit in this tournament. We have seen it used a lot before in the NA finals, and cars, boats, and just about everything was getting blown up. Are we going to go ahead and see the same as we saw in day one? A lot of cars getting blown up, and you don't actually start seeing that anymore after day one. People might have learned their lesson, but who knows? It is day 3. Anything can happen here, as we've seen Arab Madness just waiting patiently in the compound as Full Send is very close by.
I love the defensive positions that both Send taking up here. Fan exclusive kind of corners. Guard those doors just in case somebody darts in through the window at any point in time. So they are ready to rock at this point.
And we have kind of seen that play style work for them, right? The only problem is that when they get the knocks, they're not able to necessarily get the finish, or if they do get the finish, they don't move, which in terms is going to go ahead and just pretty much leave them exposed as they know their position. So usually what you want to go ahead and do is if you knock somebody down, just start moving a little bit. If not, they're going to come back and just bite you in the butt.
Look at the tactics of Evos here. They are literally just headhunting. They're trying to find people, trying to get shots on them. 3 different cars, and look at this. They're hunting people down for kills, knowing they need to move up the leaderboard and get frags. And Ernie, look at that. Pro and Torty getting rocked out of the buggy. Both of them getting finished in the disrespect, running them over. That's beautifully done by Bull Shark.
Bull Shark just seeing that. He sees other players. He has to watch out because
Ernie's knocked.
CPT is very close by. He needs to be careful with that. Evo still pushing the action. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Evo's being able to go and destroy a player there from KWCD. There is another player from KWCD close by. He is using that third party to his advantage. Is he going to be able to knock down Bullshark? He misses those shots. He lays down as JC is trying to just knock him out. They know his position. Justice from KWC, he needs to go ahead and move out of there. If not, he is going to go ahead and start getting just ambushed from every single angle.
Holding the upstairs, June and Long there, making sure that they don't let Evos up the stairs easily. They do have a player next door as well, Justice, rotating around, finally getting out of the shack. Was in a great bit of danger there, but he was able to get an escape off an awesome prone there to dodge some shots, and it looks like he's going to go try to cover the flank here for the Korea Winter Chicken Dinner team.
And luckily for KWDC, they weren't cleared there by Evos. They were able to go ahead and start repositioning, and now more than likely, he's going to be able to go ahead and tell his teammates, Justice is going to tell his teammates, hey, they're going to start pushing up. And it's just exactly what happens. KWC getting some huge knocks there as Bullshark is now the only man standing for Evos. And Evos is going to go and say, you know what? Now we need to start playing for placement. We were able to get 3 kills there. It backfired a little bit, but we definitely want to just hold back and try to go for placement.
Backfire a little bit. I call that backfiring a lot. Evo's looking to headhunt a little bit, getting a little bit reckless here, driving around in 3 different vehicles, headhunting whomever wanted to take fire at them. Korea Winter Chicken Dinner did just that, knocking out Ernie very early in that fight, and then coming up with a very clutch nade there on X, knocking him out, and then getting 3 kills to their name. Looks like they're going to have 1 member escape here, and that's a very creative park job out in the middle of the field here by JCC.
It happens as they see Cloud9 and Carnage pass by. Are they going to go ahead and just try to hunt them down? They know all these teams. Illuminate currently sitting in 5th spot. They could try to go ahead and push for that 2nd and 3rd spot, but they need the position. They need pretty much the placement here and also the kills. And look at this. Cloud9 taking care of that hill, saying, back up a little bit. This is going to be ours for a while, at least until the next safe zone.
I was unable to see if that was the same crate that CPT called in, but they are surrounding a supply drop right now. And that could be their loot. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like they are driving away. They are as truck here.
CPT hand just telling them back up. We see you. You do not want this in Carnage. Just driving straight into that compound. Illuminate realizes that Cloud9 is coming, and they start backing up as well. We're seeing that a lot right now. We're seeing a lot of teams trying not to engage too early, and those teams that do want to go ahead and engage, we are seeing. We know that they need to go ahead and make a name out for themselves. They need to go ahead and push. More than likely, they're not going to be in the top 10. So why not just go for broke and see what you're going to be able to do with just your gun skills.
Illuminate having a hard time finding out where they belong right now, trying to hit up 4 different compounds right there. Each of them kind of occupied or receiving shots, so they diverted their path, ultimately finding a spot in the yellow south of Pachinki Hills. Looks like they're going to take aim there. Just Gank Zute taking aim at Korea Winter Chicken Dinner. Gangstars has their eyes set on the Korean team, and they're going to go ahead and scout this out and see if they can get a knock.
Breakdancer Sute there, missing a couple of shots. He wish he could get that one back. He is going to go ahead and wait patiently here as KWCD is trying to realize where those shots came from, start repositioning themselves, and they also have to watch out because CPT is just waiting patiently. And we have seen CPT being one of those teams that likes third party, likes to go ahead and come and clean up the kills, and it has worked for them. As we have mentioned, they have been able to go ahead and pick up 2 wins. Not back-to-back like RRQ, but 2 wins is something that not a lot of teams have been able to do. And CPT now is starting to get those angles, now is starting to get those shots through the windows.
Talking about angles, they were laying down prone in the building so that they shouldn't have been able to be seen in that second-story window. At least that's what they thought. Unfortunately, CPT with that high ground position looking down through the window in their second-story compound, and they are getting hit from there, and it looks like some great shots being fired in from LHW as well, taking down the Galaxy crew.
LHW taking full advantage there. Every single player from Galaxy. This is actually one team that I love their strategy, is that if they knock somebody down, they are going to go ahead and get that finish. They are not going to go ahead and wait for maybe that kill to get stolen. And this, KWC getting a little bit aggressive here with the sniper rifle. He wants to get those shots. He maybe wants to go ahead and just get one in so he can tell him, hey, be careful if you decide to go ahead and push us.
Sometimes when you're rocking the bolt action, it's nice to actually connect with somebody to let them know, hey, I can actually shoot this gun, and I'm not just going to whiz some bullets past you all day long. It buys a little bit of respect, I think, and it looks like CPT is just waiting for an opportunity up there, happy to hold their position, waiting to see the zone come in right now. They've got a few seconds before that next zone shows up on the map, and that will see them head to a new location most likely, or if they need to, they can attack a compound now.
They definitely do. As we're seeing there, a replay of our player just being on the roof. Actually, the replay of LHW taking out the Team Galaxy. There are at least two players from Team Galaxy. And talking about the zone, every single team is pretty much smack down the middle of the safe zone. So if we do have kind of an interesting zone here on the next one, we're going to see a lot of push for people. We're going to start seeing a lot of repositionings. We're going to start seeing a lot of shifts and maybe a lot of third party from certain teams.
A lot of hills being occupied right now, a lot of compounds being occupied, so this is really treacherous ground for a lot of teams. Everywhere they go, they need to kind of keep their head on a swivel. People are lurking everywhere right now, and in third-person perspective, it's really easy to kind of get an idea of where people might be as you can see around corners without actually exposing yourself.
That is correct, and as we saw there, Team Full Send, and also I believe that was Arab Manis just waiting, still sticking to that strategy, take care of that compound, and as we mentioned, the zone does go ruined, and there's just barely any teams there. All the teams are going to go ahead and start repositioning themselves, and Team Terror from India winning there towards the south. They need to go ahead and start rotating, as the Japanese team here knows exactly what they're doing. They're saying, get to the compound first, take care of it. We have seen it work for some of the Chinese teams like LHW, GTW, and also CPT. Let's try to go ahead and test out that strategy.
Pretty easy rotation there from Team Japan. Uncontested, already at the north side of the zone. They're going to get a compound easily, but on the south side, it is an absolute mess right now. Zone goes north, and all of those teams in the same location are going to have to rotate through one another, so it's going to get hectic here in just a moment. We're going to see some fights at compounds. We got folks rotating around the edges on all sides and also going straight up the gut, so it's about to get a little bit interesting.
And GTW scouting the area out. CPT also in their vehicles. I'm pretty sure LHW has their 4 cars that they loved. And look at this. Illuminate starting to take some shots there on KWCD. There's Stu, so they see him hopping up into a compound, and they're going to go ahead and try to see if maybe they can get a certain angle on them. Because remember, we saw a player laying down earlier inside the compound, but if you can get an angle from this high ground, you're going to be able to destroy them.
KWCD able to make it into the compound, and it looks like RRQ once again, they are dead center in the circle. Beautiful spot in the compound, once again getting great position. And it looks like we do have KWCD in the compound just across from them. Illuminate up on the ridge, looking down. It's a decent position here. They are spread pretty wide. And then we've also got CPT and GTW in an interesting position here on top of Mount Everest.
They definitely have to go ahead and engage here. They're pretty much facing each other. If they weren't to engage here, it would be interesting. As we see, somebody from Full Send, exclusive actually, she decided to go ahead and maybe jump out of a car there. Not sure exactly what happened. And here comes the grenade from GTW, starting to throw the nades. They know that CPT is very close by. Beautiful grenade there.
Oh my goodness.
CPT hand getting GTW Ed as they go ahead and continue to share those nades, sending them back and forth. Interesting
into your living room. That was insane. Ed throwing a grenade, feeling like, you know what, I'm going to get a cheeky grenade off right now, and then all of a sudden he sees one bounce right into his face by Han. Han getting the knock there, and now CPT on the offensive, taking the high ground from GT as they have to back up. Han pushing the offensive right now. GT seems to have gotten their player up, trying to patch himself up, but he is in trouble.
CPT getting another knock there. GTW, very interesting place here by him as they are very hurt. And look at this, CPT hand knows that there's somebody inside that smoke. He takes the shot, he has to worry about somebody else. He's getting shot from behind. GTW Ed starting to flank around the area. He's hoping that nobody sees him. He gets spotted. Is CPT going to be able to finish the kill here?
Huge play from
GTW
Ed.
Ed is able to win and knock him down, but overall CPT being able to win that engagement, ladies and gentlemen. I think that might be the first time that we have seen CPT and GTW engage this early on.
Look at this. CPT is weak on the top of the mountain. We've got other people creeping up right now. The crowd's cheering. They see WC Wildcard creeping in on CPT. And in order to move these guys down the rankings, they do have to go out early at some point. GTW and Evos both doing favors to everybody by bowing out early, both 18th and 20th respectively.
And this would be the best time to go ahead and push here for Wildcard as CPT is still trying to heal up. They have to watch out because we know CPT is going to start throwing those grenades, and I'm loving that strategy by them. They keep throwing those grenades. They pretty much make a wall of explosions that they cannot go ahead and cross, and they don't dare cross because if they do, we saw what happened there to GTW. Look at Wildcard just waiting patiently. They're trying to figure out what is going to go ahead and be their play here. They're throwing smokes. Something that I would like to go ahead and start seeing from this American teams is also starting to use this grenade strategies. Look at them. So many grenades that CPT has. CPT Lucifer gets spotted. Luckily for him, CPT 7 misses some shots. 17 actually misses some shots. And CPT says, you know what, let's go ahead and start backing up. And I think Wildcard is going to go ahead and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, Han's covering him as they retreat here. Han is really standing out today as a player to be watched. Really executing well on his shooting, on his grenading, or just an outstanding player overall. We shift our attention now to the Gatka Trenches C9 hold up here. Looking at, I believe that was BTR here close by, and they also have Gangstars in the proximity just inside the zone.
And they have to watch out, BTR, knowing that there might be some teams nearby and on their gun skills, and they might be able to go ahead and just out-aim them, out-shoot them, and out-strategize them.
So you're telling me that nobody wants that open field right in the middle of the zone with no cover? I mean, there's nobody there right now, everyone out on the flank. Kind of interesting, but obviously a little bit to be expected here. You see the ground that we're looking at right in front of Zuxi. Wide open, not a lot of cover. The grass really isn't super reliable, so the actual playable area right now that is safe is in a bunch of little compounds, as we're seeing from above right now. LHW pushing their way into the zone, going up against Terror. We'll see if Terror can get off some great shots. They've had some good initial aim so far this tournament, getting some great knocks. They've just failed to actually press their advantage when they've had the opportunity. So we'll see if they, again, can get some initial shots off of here and get some knocks.
And we have definitely seen that from them, just being too cautious, being too careful. And right here, now they're starting to push back towards the compound as they're starting to get their party. Sute spraying that M4, seeing if anything hits. And this man is level 3 out of his mind. Level 3 backpack, level 3 helmet, and level 3 armor. He can take on a full army if he wanted to. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, we got LHW from China and Team Terror from India. Who do you think is going to go ahead and win at home? Spam it in the comments right now, you watching at home, as Amit is using that corner and that third person to his advantage, waiting for somebody to LHW to just make a move or at least be able to spot him. Interesting stuff by LHW is they are throwing grenades. They are starting to just go ahead and smoke out everything. They want to go ahead and push up as we see Everett Fury blowing up a guard. He's trying to get people from GG. He misses some shots. He has to watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Somebody from GG goes down to the zone and he gets spotted out. And Team Terror is running away right now from LHW as LHW is trying to pick through the window. LHW is very low in health.
Look at the zone here as they're kind of pushing and forcing LHW towards Team Terror. This is what we're talking about. They've got a nice little man advantage here. Another knock from Team Terror. They've really got these guys on the run, but unfortunately they're still standing back, a non-standing back. Looking at the building here, they've got a couple of knocks now, and they're in trouble.
We see pushing up greatness here by Team Terror. Yeah, pushing a little bit too late, and LSU is going to go ahead and try to finish him up as Sevilla is trying to get some shots while laying down. This might go ahead and work for him, but he wants to go ahead and push. See if maybe, as we see LSU start to pick up their teammates and players, we want to go ahead and see if they can actually go ahead and pick up Team Terror, or at least the people that are down. But interesting stuff by LHW is they are down 2 players.
That's right. I would have loved to have seen a grenade there. You're going to see him get killed, and there it is. LHW then taking him out in the smoke, and that is that What happened there is the Korea was firing shots from that exact position through a smoke in front of him, never moved, and he got pre-fired there by the other team. LHW coming out on top. In other action, CPT moved away from the mountaintop as we saw.
Evil's Bullshark knocking down 2 people there from BRK. Is he going to be able to get the 3? He does get the 3. He needs 1 more to go ahead and be able to sweep this squad. Evil's Bullshark very low in health. He wants this extra kills. Remember, Evil's they get knocked out. He is the last one alive for his team. He's playing this so careful. Baraka being the only one alive. Here we go. The smoke is going to go ahead and go away. Evil's gets another knock. Is he going to go and get the finish in Baraka? Evil's Bullshark gets the sweep there. Wonderful plays by that man as he wipes the whole squad by himself against the zone.
That was absolutely huge play there from Evo's Bullshark, just outclassing his competition, going 1v4 right in the face of danger. Nothing fazed him, just calmly came up, didn't even take any pressure, and was able to get the squad wipe all alone. We got Korea winner Chicken Dinner Justice kind of hanging out. BTR as well, getting some shots in on Gangstars here. He's got squads on all sides of him, and this is starting to get a little bit messy. You can see the mini-map, multiple squads moving in on this location. You got Cloud9 moving in. We've got BTR there. We've also got Korea winner Chicken Dinner. Grenade starting to fly everywhere. King's getting the knock on Sam. Zute getting knocked by Kodo. We've got a 3-way engagement going on. BTR taking down Sam. Oh, this is trouble for Cloud9.
Cloud9 there getting just swiped as there was too many teams nearby. That man hit the scarecrow right there. Actually, I've done that a couple times. You get a little bit distracted. And this man, KWC, this needs to go ahead and heal up. Can he go ahead and get that heal? As we see Wildcard and Evil's Bullshark very close by. They need to go ahead and just blow up the vehicle. And Evil's Bullshark is not going to have any choice. He might actually get killed. He's very close to that vehicle. He has to be careful.
That's going to go down. Somebody's going to take that man out. Holy cow. So we had Cloud9 go out again early. We had Galaxy go out. It looks like Korea winner Chicken Dinner down to 2 players at this point. BTR still hanging in with 4. We've got LHW Zen taking down Illuminate's Echo Gen. So we have all kinds of action. Multiple squads fighting each other. And check that safe zone on the minimap. It has moved again, and these guys have got to finish this fight in a hurry.
Interesting plays there by BTR as they know that they are surrounded. They know they're going to have to go ahead and move now as they are 156 meters away from the zone. And look at this, CPT is going to go ahead and engage against Evos. Evos just fully outnumbered there as CPT takes out Evos. Remember, Evos Bullshark being able to go ahead and take a full sweep and destroy the Brazilian team, BRK, telling them, obrigado, see you in the next one.
I love what they did with those cars there. They took advantage of the car that Evos was behind, already exploded, so they don't have to worry about any explosions. Pulled up 2 of their own, and now they have a barricade inside the zone, right on the edge, so they've got some good cover here. KWCD June getting taken down. Now they're just down to Long here as he tries to make do with an AK. Take some shots here. Zone coming in. BTR in trouble. Long in trouble. Korea winner Chicken Dinner eliminated. We're down to 5 teams, ladies and gentlemen. The top 5. We do have 2 North American teams in this one, 2 Chinese teams, and it looks like we also have Illuminate in from Thailand.
Can some of the North American teams clutch this win, the first win for North America, or is it going to go ahead and be the Chinese teams once again? As we see CPT just blowing up, trying to get somebody there from LHW. Keep in mind, LHW is very low on players, and LHW is still holding people back. It doesn't matter if they have the full squad or if they're just by themselves. They're always keeping that car super close to them and pushing the action.
Now, this is a great statement game for LHW. 2 of their biggest competitors have gone out early, so they're going to be able to gain some ground. And not only that, they put up 13 kills so far this game, but can they outlast and get their first Chicken Dinner of the tournament? That's something that remains to be seen, as we can see Wildcard still in it, coming out with an impressive performance here in Game 9. Looking really sharp so far. LHW, he got into a burning vehicle. What was he doing? Zute immediately turns on it, blows him up, and punishes that mistake. And that is an unfortunate misstep there for LHW. They lose a member immediately and don't even have the chance to revive them.
Zute definitely taking full advantage there. And look at this. LHW is actually swapping grenades back and forth there with Zute, as I believe Gangstars was knocked out. Now it is Wildcard against CPT. Sigat using that strategy to his advantage. Hot Jukes blowing up a car. Wildcard looking to try to get the first win for the North American teams. CPT goes down. There's only 1 player left, I believe, here from CPT, still standing.
We got 2.
Trying to rotate.
2 players left up. We got Lucio and we got 762. Hot Jukes throwing in the mollies. We've got the AK. Han getting picked up right now. They're letting them get picked up. Both players getting picked back up right now. Hot Jukes and crew are on rotation. Lucifer crouching in. Oh, Lucifer again on the hard flank right now. This is a really good position, but CPT hops into vehicles. They are trying to rotate inside the smokes, trying to get position.
Lucifer getting naded here. Luckily for here, I love this here thing by Wildcard is that they do have the Galaxy, but they're not using it to their advantage. They're standing up, and CPT is pretty much just picking them apart one by one. Lucifer's gonna go ahead and start pushing the action. We saw him clutch 3 kills yesterday. Now it's gonna go ahead and be all up to Hot Jukes. Hot Jukes by himself. Can he go ahead and clutch it against the CPT team, which are looking just mighty strong right now? CPT 762 with the AWM. Hot Jukes standing behind the car, trying to figure out what to do here. It is gonna go ahead and be Wildcard's highest placing in the tournament. Hot Jukes with that mini 14, he needs to back up. He gave out his position. The car might go ahead and blow up here as Hot Jukes is starting to let the rain. Oh my God!
CPT getting another chicken dinner victory. That was pulled from the jaws of defeat. Wildcard had them on the ropes. They had them dead to rights, and they failed to push. Instead of moving into CPT and finishing the squad where both players were actually busy reviving their down teammates, they chose to rotate to the zone instead with no cover, and it ultimately was their demise. CPT took the cars, just parked them in front, had the cover. They were able to rebound, get those shots fired in on Wildcard, and they punished them for being a little bit too passive there. 17 kills that round for CPT.
That's something that we have seen a lot, and we have actually called that a lot. If you see somebody down, if you see them in a disadvantage, you have to go ahead and finish them. You have to get those kills. If not, we have seen teams like CPT just go ahead and get up. Look at them. They're talking. They're probably saying, we should have maybe pushed that. We should have maybe done this. Don't worry, guys. It's still a great showing there.
Second place. Yeah, that's the top placing so far from any team from North America. So big props to Wildcard on that one for their strong finish in game number 9. Let's see if they can string a few more awesome performances together. They might be shooting up that leaderboard into some higher prize pool money.
Didn't capitalize on that push there, and in the end gave enough window for CPT to get their 3rd chicken dinner and the back-to-back chicken dinner if you consider our previous game from the previous day. LHW overall though still leads that kill board now with quite a sizable lead over RRQ, so they're going to be racking up even more points to try and push themselves past GT and almost certainly have taken the 3rd place spot now.
Understandably so. GT Doyu definitely going out early here in this one. Player kills ranking, as you guys can see, again, dominated by the Chinese and Thai teams, taking up all the spots here. But as we talked about a little bit earlier, GT Doyu going out very early in that game. That's going to allow a big mover potential for both CPT and LH Doyu, as well as everybody behind them to potentially catch up just a little bit. When we take a look here at the player statistics, CPT 17, as well as Hot Jukes from Wildcard. Again, the kill disparity there widely in CPT's favor. The more impressive team here, CPT for sure. But Wildcard get that 2nd place finish.
I'm just so surprised there that CPT was able to come back after having 2 players down and Wildcard having all the players standing. Wildcard just deciding not to push the action, and CPT now having 755 points.
Look at that! Look at that on the leaderboard there. You see Gangstars creeping up to 3rd. LH Doyu in 2nd place, ahead of Wildcard, who finished 2nd only on the strength of 2 kills.
The most important thing to take away from that was 755 points going to CPT, whereas only 200 points going to RRQ. So that means now RRQ, yes, still vastly in the lead, but CPT gained 500 points ground on that previous 1,000 plus point lead that they had before.
They had a 1,270 point lead going into today, and that has been drastically cut, as you can see here on the total scoreboard. We are now down to just 715 points separating our top teams.
If RRQ Athena can go ahead and continue this trend where they're just not able to go ahead and get the wins, and CPT go ahead and continues to get those wins back to back and also get the kills, I don't know, guys. We might see a very close finish here, not just for 2nd place or 3rd place, but for 1st place in those sweet $200,000.
The fat lady has not sung you just yet.
Indeed.
CPT is making sure of it.
The pundits overall, I think, looked at that, how it was playing out, and we thought to ourselves that RRQ, very vastly in the lead, almost impossible to be able to catch up. However, even just this one game alone has made it unsure. There is the potential that they do not win.
There's that glimmer of hope, and this is exactly what the competition needed to happen. They needed a poor finish from RRQ. It wasn't a poor finish, but it wasn't a it wasn't a commanding finish like they've had in every single game. So far, they finished a little bit lower down. They didn't get a lot of kills. CPT put up a ton of kills, also wrapped up another chicken dinner.
And just pretty much going back to RRQ, we have seen them start a little bit slow there, especially on day one. Day two, obviously, we know this story. They just dominated, but what's going to go ahead and happen now? How are they going to go ahead and react to this? And CPT, we have seen it now. We have seen it firsthand. They can go ahead and continue that momentum, just getting those kills, getting those wins. If they go ahead and continue this trend where they're able to go ahead and consistently get back-to-back wins and also get the kills, it is going to be absolutely insane.
All right, well, of course, looking at how this played out there, still plenty actually from that overall. We are just going to go to a countdown here, I believe, and then when we go back, we're going to have our second game here of the day for the main tournament. day number 3 here of the Pubg Mobile Star Challenge Global Finals 2018, as we're going to get into our second game of the day here, as we're racking up the points for these teams. And at the beginning of the day, it almost seemed like a surefire thing that RRQ was going to be able to take the top spot. However, after that first round, 500 points of that gap has diminished 7. RRQ's got to be a little bit scared.
They definitely have to be in. They have to make sure they take note of this, right? Now CPT has the momentum. Now they have won back-to-back. Hey, if they continue the trend, they could maybe try to get all the wins today. And we have seen it that is possible yesterday with RRQ, so they have to go ahead and be careful. But not only that, we're also now starting to see different teams to start engaging, right? Some of the Chinese teams starting to engage super early. We haven't seen that before in previous days. And it's interesting to see them doing that, taking each other out, and then having to worry about, like, well, are we going to go ahead and get third party by wildcard?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen crazy plays, even in just that previous game. Evos in particular, playing what was like Mad Max, chasing around cars, shooting out the windows, getting knocks, going crazy on some of that aggression.
That's right. They went absolutely crazy. They paid for it, too. 3 of their members went down. Bullshark, the only one to get away, had that amazing play going 1v4 against Team BRK, taking them out like it was nothing. No big deal at all. But like Seven was saying, some of the Chinese teams going at it a little bit early. You saw CPT, and I think it was GT Doyu. GT Doyu went out 18th this game, so they lost a lot of ground to LH Doyu, who had a ton of kills, CPT, who had a ton of kills, and a chicken dinner. And not to mention, CPT won the exhibition round, so that's actually 3 chicken dinners in a row, so they're on fire right now.
And something to actually go ahead and point out that I noticed is CP2 is starting to rotate a little bit earlier from their military base. Super early. We have seen them take their sweet time, but they're saying, you know what, we need to get these wins. If we... Second place sounds nice. It is $100,000, but $200,000 sounds a lot better. They want to go ahead and push for that first spot.
I want a military circle so we can actually get that going. But for now, we are ready to get into our second game here of the day to figure out who's going to be racking up the points. Will CPT get themselves even more points? We're about to find out as we get into Erangel. PB7, take it away.
And let us know, you currently watching at home, who do you think is going to go ahead and win this game? I don't know. I might have my money on CPT, and I'm just, I kind of want to see a very close finish there towards the end, PB.
You crazy, man. RRQ Athena's not scared. You heard in their intro videos. These guys have absolutely nothing to fear at this point in time. They did not finish that poorly. All they had to do is keep pace with CPT. At this point, finish somewhere in the realm of CPT's finishes. And as long as they're not going completely getting skunked on the kills, they should still be okay. But again, the margin has shrunk considerably. At the beginning of the day, it looked as though it was an untouchable lead for RRQ Athena. Now that is not the case, although they still have a commanding lead in first place.
Thank you, BB. As we see that sweet round 10 Samsung Galaxy Note 9, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go ahead and keep an eye out as we start seeing this playing path. And once again, very generous playing path, straight down the middle for everybody.
Almost every single game so far, save one, has had the playing path going directly over Pachinki. RRQ has been blessed with that, as well as teams like CP2 who like to go to military base. As you pointed out last game, CPT rotated super early. The first time we brought up the map, saw the very first circle, CPT had already looted up military base, had crossed the bridge, and had passed several squads, taking up a position in a central compound in the center of the zone.
And something to go ahead and point out is that LHW and CPT go pretty much to the same area, right? They go to the same South Island. We know LHW is going to go ahead and go noble. CPT is going to go ahead and go military. Now, LHW needs to make sure that CPT doesn't keep getting these wins. If not, second place is not going to be anywhere near them, and they're going to go ahead and end up in third place, and they might have to start worrying about GTW, and they're an interesting spot here as RRQ Athena is landing in Pochinki, but there is another squad playing Devil's Advocate. They're saying,
Finally, we're seeing them mix it up a little bit. These guys have decided, you know what, we're ditching our Watertown drop location, and we are going to have some fun at this point. Let's mix it up. Let's go after the top dogs. I got to tip my hat to Team BRK here. A little nod of respect for them for mixing it up and trying something new.
I definitely love that. I'm pretty sure they want to go ahead and make a name out of themselves, especially after that round. And look at this, RRQ Athena with now 4,600 points, and CPT slowly but surely starting to crawl up there with 300. 3,885 points.
Noticeable gap here between third and fourth. Now almost 400 points between LH and GT Doyu, which just last game, they were almost right next to each other in points, and you've seen Wildcard now creep into the top 10 as we look at them and BTR here fighting it out in Primorsk.
And Gainstars being able to go ahead and get some good finishes there on that last round, securing that 7th spot. They're more than likely wanting to go ahead and push the action too. And BRK is an interesting team, right? They're actually one of the teams that I'm a little bit disappointed on, as we saw them get absolutely demolished there earlier by Evos, as one of the players from Evos, Ernie, gets knocked down there.
So we actually have 3 squads looting up Primorsk right now. We got Evos, we got Wildcard, we got BTR. All of these guys, very solid squads. They are in trouble as well. Ernie already knocked, and there's nobody nearby. Evos known for looting up pretty much separately, and Ernie's going to take a bow out as the first person eliminated. Ernie is also one of the best strategic minds in the game, and look at that. Luxy with the hurl from all the way downtown, and he knocks JZ as well. Evos in trouble here in Primorsk early.
JC a little bit there, too close to the action, and now we got Evos X waiting patiently, trying to figure out what is BRK going to go ahead and do. Are they going to go ahead and start pushing the action even more? We saw them throw that grenade as soon as that player went down, and look at this, Evos JC. There's no way he's going to go ahead and pick it up.
Also knocked, they traded knocks. And it looks like just this coming in to get the finish there on Torty. And again, our second and third players off the board. JZ also goes down to Zuxi with a shotgun over in Primorsk.
It was actually BTR, my apologies there, as we see KWCD now starting to clear some people out of their area. And BTR saying, hey, we're taking out some people from Evos. How about we go ahead and start looking towards Wildcard? As Wildcard is starting to rotate around. We saw Hot Jukes there getting shot earlier by BTR. Something he wants to go ahead and keep in mind, because you don't want to go out this early, especially after such a great game in that last one by Wildcard.
Definitely Wildcard sharing the city right now with, it looks like, BTR. And they are content to go around the outskirts, loot up as much as they can. They have the vehicle, and they are going to rotate out, it looks like, trying to avoid a fight early. Again, Wildcard currently moving into the top 10 after their second place performance last game. They are one of 2 North American teams to finish in the top 4 last time, Gainstars being the other. Really nice performances from them. Good to see them show up in third-person perspective here today in Game 1.
As well as we see the map there, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. An interesting thing, actually, by CPT is none of them went, actually, not the full team went military. Some of them actually decided to go ahead and rotate around. And Wildcard here, Outsider 9K, being able to get some shots from the vehicle moving. They're going to go ahead and add 1 more kill to their tally. And now Evil's Bull Shark once
Let's
again,
see if he can do it
all
again.
by himself. Is he going to be able to do what he did in the last round, which was squad-wide people left and right as it happened to BRK?
That's right.
Or is he going to
just like last game when Bull Shark was hiding in the forest, he's doing it again this game. Wonder if he'll be able to go 1v4 once again. That's probably not on his agenda of things he wants to do today. I'm sure he would prefer to have his teammates rather than trying to go 1v4.
They definitely will, and we're having a stand-up right now in Pubg as BRK is looking around for RRQ Athena, but they're not being able to spot him now. BRK will love to have this engagement, will love to be able to go ahead and take out RRQ, get some confidence, and pretty much be able to show, hey, maybe we know we didn't do that good in the whole tournament overall, but we can actually go ahead and take out the top team for right now.
Could be a little bit interesting. I like the crossbow in the back of one of the players here in Pachinki laying down second story, just waiting for an opportunity to embarrass somebody. Really nicely done. We did see that in North America. Shout out to Cleric Dragoon getting that Pachinki crossbow kill as well. Maybe we'll see a repeat of that here in the global final.
I do remember that by Cleric Dragoon there with Winsanity. I believe it was in LA finals, in RRQ G9 just waiting. He sees that the player is nearby. More than likely, he's actually not switching around, which is interesting. He wants to be able to get an angle on up at the stairs. He sees one. Is he going to be able to go ahead and finish him there? Caveira is starting to back up. Gives his back to him. He wasn't able to go ahead and get all the shots that he wanted, but he needs to be careful because RRQ G9 does have an AKM waiting patiently, and Caveira deciding not to heal up, deciding to see if RRQ is going to push as Baraka now goes down for BRK.
There he comes. He hears the bandage. He goes to push, and that Uzi is going to be trouble.
Is he going to be able to go ahead and get this clutch for here?
Tries to get out the window, and he can't do it. Caveira's going to get the finish on him. Nice job to BRK.
Huge plays here, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind, RRQ Athena is currently in first place. If for some reason BRK is able to go and clear them out, it is going to be interesting. See
Stock goes down. That is huge from G2E. Right now, RRQ is living a little bit of a nightmare, getting pressure early in their preferred drop location, and they are a man down already. This is not what they were hoping for. Oh, Fusi unable to get inside the door. He's going to get knocked from behind. Kavera, though, going to try to come to his rescue. G2E on the rooftops right now, bearing down, trying to get the finish. Clips Baraka on the ankles. Baraka able to get the safety for short. Isong pushing across the street. Baraka and crew are in trouble, but again, how much damage can they inflict before they go out is the question.
And RRQ2E pretty much imaging their Diablo, and he gets shot. That is it for BRK, so it seems like it didn't plan out right, but they were able at least to give some hurt RRQ in a way because they took one of their players, and now RRQ is going to be in a huge disadvantage with just 3 players for the rest of the match. Luckily for them, they were able to go ahead and add 4 kills.
That's right. G9 has been one of the top shots of the tournament so far. Remember his Mini 14 action yesterday. He was unbelievable with the weapon, and he has gone out for his team, so they are rocking only 3 people right now for the remainder of the game. They did end up coming out of that Pubg engagement victorious, but that is not how they wanted to start this game 10, where they are trying to hold on to that top spot, and it looks like some of the other teams are not going to let them.
It is, and I'm actually wondering what kind of play style here Arab Madness is going to go with, because they did start the
northernmost teams right now, and they already looted down south.
Yep, they definitely have early rotations, as we're talking about it earlier, as we see Gainstars Fyra in the backseat saying, hey, Angry, make sure I don't get shot. Start juking around a little bit. Zigzag for me. Gainstars making sure they're trying to get some good rotations here. And Hero, one of the consistent teams there from day one. More than likely, they want to go ahead and continue getting consistency here. We haven't been able to see that today. Trying to figure out what they do here with the cars. Who's going to go first? There you go. They finally decide who's going to go ahead and go first. Gentlemen's agreement pretty much there.
Doc, you troll. When you watch this back, I just want you to know that you're a troll. Knocking your teammate out of the garage twice there while you're trying to get into there. That was pretty funny stuff. Now, the Hero's going to take position here in this compound. Good stuff. Really good compound to take. This is a very, very nice position to fight from. Lots of good sight lines in all areas here. So Hero, again, not performing as they would like at the European champions, but they also have had some really good performances as well. They've just been a little bit inconsistent this tournament.
They definitely have. In day 1, round actually number 2, they were able to secure their a 4 spot, and then in round 8, they were able to go ahead and secure a 2nd spot. So they definitely got what it takes, right, to get in the top 4. But can they do it again? As we see Team Terror from India, we saw them starting to be a little bit more aggressive. Can they go ahead and continue that aggressiveness? Or maybe when they shoot somebody down, they're still going to be passive. I want to go ahead and see them push a little bit more. Tell the other teams, namaste, we're coming for you. Watch out, because we definitely want to go ahead and make a name for ourselves.
I really like how Team CPT is holding this compound here. Lots of good angles being worked, lots of different locations in the buildings. If anybody was to come through here, they'd have a really good line of sight on pretty much any angle. So I like the way they're playing this. Evo's Pulse Shark off on his own right now. He's chilling, man. I wonder if he's taking a little bathroom break.
He might be waiting. You know, he might be waiting for our squad to come nearby. That way he can go ahead and just clear him out as he did with BRK earlier. And
There's
look at this zone here. Great zone for RRQ,
Look
as
at
they are
RRQ
literally
again.
smack down the middle in Pachinki after they were able to go ahead and clear out BRK. And this, the gross that I know you love, PB, and also a ghillie suit in case for some reason the final circle is out in the open.
That's right. You can see Cloud9 has wonderful position yet again this game. We'll see if they actually do something with it this time around. They still have not yet cracked the top 10 in any game so far this tournament. Really looking at them to try to do a little bit stronger performance moving forward in this tournament.
And we see Galaxy just waiting patiently. They're seeing the Japanese team pass by. He has to watch out. You don't want to go ahead and run over your teammate. Trust me, it has happened to me a couple times, and it's not fun whatsoever. They do have a level 3 backpack and a bunch of loot. Now, interesting stuff that I actually been seeing by the Chinese teams, as I mentioned earlier in the day, is they do run that strategy where they carry a lot of grenades, and then instead of doing a smoke wall, they had to go ahead and do an explosive wall. Telling teams, hey, you do not want to get close to us, because if you do, guess what? There's going to be grenades just raining down on you, and more than likely, you can't get knocked down from them.
I'm impressed with a lot of the Chinese teams and the Thai teams, the fact that they have so many frag grenades on each player, yet they still have all of that ammunition to be able to spray down the vehicles that drive by. Really, really efficient at looting and keeping a really nice loadout that can put a lot of offensive pressure on people as they push their positions. Now BTR heading through the fields here up the Pachinki Hills, through Cloud9 and also through CPT. Some off-roading here in a sedan, not always recommended. Some bullets pinging off the back there, roll expiring shots over into Natick, and they will escape safely for now, grab some cover on the ridge and focus their attention towards Cloud9.
Cloud9 led by Rolex more than likely, trying to make a name here as they haven't had the bench showing yet. And CPT still controlling that area that they actually controlled in the previous game. It worked for them. Luckily, they are also inside the zone. But are they going to go ahead and try to challenge maybe RRQ in Pochinki? As we're seeing BTR deciding to go ahead and jump onto the cars, and they might actually try to engage here against Cloud9 as Cloud9 is taking out some of the tires of their vehicles.
Yeah, they're in a little bit of a difficult spot right now. They are getting shot from two angles right now, trying to protect their cars. And I don't know if they're going to get flushed out of that position or just continue to move down the hill. And we take a look now at LH Doyu, and they are looking off in the distance at an Illuminate squad bearing down upon them.
And LH Doyu had some, actually was very hurt there in the last round, but nonetheless, they were still able to secure a high place on that game number 9.
I like how they set the gas can out behind the car here.
Just in case. They don't want to go ahead and keep all that stuff in their backpack, which is actually a very, very smart play. Super awareness there by them, as they do like to go ahead and carry a lot of smokes and also a lot of grenades. Well, look at this. GT, he's going to go ahead and start shooting. GT, though, you gets that knocks as Exclusive gets a little bit too comfortable, and more than likely, he's going to go ahead and try to get this finish. Is he going to go ahead and be able to do it? As now, Pulsen is hurt by 1, and look at the shots here by him. He barely misses Katarina, as she's 5 HP.
Shoot with the long-range shots there, full auto with the M4. That was impressive stuff. Exclusive, she's dead. There's no getting her, and Chushu is going to make sure of that. Katarina Suki, very low health in that compound, and she is being descended upon right now by GG Doyu. Ollie Pocket looking out the window, trying to, protect the squad a little bit, as you see Exclusive bow out of the competition at this point. Unfortunate loss there, but can't be caught out in the open like that by a squad like GT Doyu.
An interesting place there also by GT Doyu. Akan, as you mentioned, he did start rotating around. He's going to be able to get different angles on him. And look at this. Ollie Pocket is going to go ahead and start getting rushed. GT6 gun is going to get the shots right there, ladies and gentlemen. He more than likely is going to head upstairs. He has to watch out because Full Send is known for waiting around, but it doesn't matter. GT6 got just so much better, and look at that. GT Doyu, easy claps, baby, as they're able to go in and clear that compound, and Full Send gets eliminated.
Could try to full send there, unfortunately, just getting caught, kind of spread apart and out of position there. GT takes full advantage, moves in, presses their advantage again in typical aggressive fashion, and they are trying to make a rebound statement after last game going out in 18th spot. Well, they've at least secured 18th spot here moving forward.
It's definitely working for them, getting the kills as well, as they still have their full squad. And GT6 with those great kills there, he was more than likely able to hear that player downstairs, took her out, went upstairs, took out the other player as well. As we see GG here switching cars, they might like that UAC. Actually, we got a chance to see one of the UACs, and oh my goodness, it is actually really cool. Great stuff there by him as well. GG decides to go ahead and shoot out the tires. They're saying, hey, we're not going to go ahead and use this car. That means nobody else is going to go ahead and use this car.
And I liked how they shot the correct tires out as well in a front-wheel drive vehicle. They got the front tires. Sometimes you see people shoot the back ones out, and you can still drag that thing along. Odds are on RRQ's side here. Again, they have not moved.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pairs.